Hello, hey guys, what's up? And welcome to VK Punk Wrestling, your new source for all things WWE, wrestling, and sports entertainment related. Please hit the thumbs up button on the video and be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification button so you'll know when all of our videos go live. Like this weekend's live stream where we watched WWE Elimination Chamber and gave you our live reactions. We also crowned our channel's first champion, that being our personality, AK Havoc, who has been on one of the shows so far. He will be on tomorrow's show to probably get some bragging rights. Uh, he'll have those at least until Mania, where my destiny will be filled and I will become VK Punk Wrestling Champion. VK Punk Wrestling, we the ones for wrestling content. I am Vince Punk, and what's up, man? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. Um, Today we're going to get into some news headlines. Pretty much just the John Cena story. There's a lot going on there, so there's a lot to tech to. But before we get to all that, we have to take time to acknowledge our sponsor, right? Capco Championship Belts. They are an amazing company. They offer a lot of stuff. They've done a lot of our replica titles. We have one right here. We have a second one right here. I still have one to show y'all yet, and maybe that's the one we'll introduce when Havoc takes his championship tomorrow and gets anointed, I guess. um, but they make a bunch of replica wrestling merchandise, and it's all great. It's all beautiful. Everything is so amazing. Go to capcointernational.com, or you could see their Facebook link and their email in the final credits screen for this video. We also have commissioned a custom title for whoever our champion is by the time it gets here. Looks like AK Havoc may be holding it though, remotely of course. Um, but it's Capco that is making this belt for us. We're very excited to get it. Really looking forward to it, Abdul. Okay, so now let's run down some of the current news. Of course, the biggest news coming out of this EC weekend, the Elimination Chamber weekend, is the big bad guy piece of crap, John Cena, decides to turn heel. Uh, this has been covered in so many ways already, but here we go to try. Can't see me. Um, Cena turned heel by kicking Cody right in the plums after Cody turned down The Rock's offer. Cena siding with The Rock and completing the heel turn. All of this was kept hush inside the company, and no one really knew that this was going to happen until it did. The cards for this were held especially close to the vest. Uh, they've said that it shocked just as many people backstage as it did for all of us, and I'm pretty sure we were all very shocked. Um, Reports from before the Elimination Chamber heard Drew filling this spot, and that's what I thought as well. That he would be given the spot, that he would take The Rock's offer and be The Rock's champion. But this could have all been a fake spin put out by Triple H himself to mislead us, because this was certainly a shock to everybody. No one had this on their wrestling bingo card, I'll tell you that much. The big meme coming out of this is the stoic face of John Cena as he turned after The Rock did the thing, right? And he just went all expressionless and stuff. I mean, it was certainly a face. His whole expression dropped, and we got this blank stare and empty eyes. He played it really well though. Word is this match at WrestleMania has been in the works since the fall. The Rock and Cena knowing a majority of the plan since then, where The Rock said he would not be wrestling at Mania this year, and set this story up. With this switch, it is weird they announced his last run, and people already bought tickets, probably hoping to see a babyface John Cena on his way out. But now he isn't going to be around for a couple weeks, and he's a heel. And now when he does appear, the people who bought the tickets to see him are probably going to want to cheer him. And now this turns, where does it leave those fans? You know, there's a lot of lash out, at least story building online on social media. Brandy Rhodes sent out a tweet that said John Cena sucks, and R-Truth, whose childhood hero is John Cena, if you didn't know. Um, replied and said, "We can't jump to conclusions." And later on posted something that said, "I think I might crash out." His Twitter profile or X profile has been updated, and his banner now says, "Say it ain't so, John," with his profile picture of simply two words, "Why, John?" And a post of the heel turn while Cena was hugging Cody, saying, "This is AI generated." Um, R-Truth, obviously emotional over this John Cena turn. Not in a great place right now, emotionally about it. Big Bronson Reed says in an ex tweet uh, that he likes this Cena and maybe he won't get a tsunami. Natalia tweets that after hundreds of episodes of Total Divas, there were some signs, but not like this. Responding, of course, to Jackie Redmond saying she couldn't believe we woke up in a world where John Cena is bad. So the internets are really playing into this storyline, and we're building this up real big on social media. But John Cena does finally break his silence, uh, because he did come out on the post show and he just did like a pipe bomb mic drop and said nada and got out of there. He dropped a tweet. It says, "Have the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it." So he didn't feel like it. Um, and as all John has said since his evil turn on Rhodes, WWE themselves have an article that says John Cena seemingly sides with The Rock. Seemingly? Don't feel like it? What is really going on here? Yeah, it's seemingly when Cena attacks Cody at the order of The Rock. He holds down Cody with Travis Scott so that The Rock can lash him with the weight belt. So, seemingly, don't feel like it? We're already projecting a Cena return to a face character this early on in the story. Okay, WWE has also changed the Cena biography on their website, where it used to say stuff along the lines of "never give up" and "rising above hate" being part of his job, but now it has been changed and updated. It now says, and a quote, "When it seemed like Cena would go down as the greatest hero in WWE history, he shocked everyone when he sold his soul to The Rock at Elimination Chamber 2025 and aligned with the final boss in his final run as a WWE superstar." This whole story actually started when The Rock turned heel last year, before Mania, when he tried to steal the main event match with Roman from Cody. But the people's voices were heard, and they wanted Cody, which led to The Rock's heel turn. He had teamed with Rowan and took on Cody in a tag match where The Rock got the pin. This continued not too long after WrestleMania on an episode of Raw where The Rock had passed something to Cody in the ring and said they'll cross paths again. Then at Bad Blood, Cody teamed with Roman to take out the new bloodline. And The Rock made a weird appearance at the end of that show and the cutthroat jester after counting to three, which I think kind of hinted at a triple threat match with Cody and Roman. Um, but PW Insider had shot this down when they said that The Rock had no plans to appear at WrestleMania 41. Fightful Selects doubled down on this, saying that WWE Creative was told to go into Mania with the idea that The Rock would not be able to, or would be not be competing at it. Also, The Rock's creative are always being held close to the vest by just a few people. Um, what we now realize is that when, at the end of Bad Blood, when The Rock did do the 3 count and cut the throat, it was kind of projecting it then, I think, because he went 1, 2, 3. Now, if you turn this like that, Cena. So, I mean, I don't know that for certain, but it's definitely something that could have been projected. And then he took that, and that's when he did the throat slit movement. But there is a small discrepancy because on the Raw Netflix debut, The Rock had kind of made up with Cody, right? They got in the ring, shook hands, said thanks for being here and what have you. I mean, this is addressed by The Rock as well, saying it did mean something, but what does it mean then? What did he make up with Cody for? what did that segment really mean? What are the rules here? Cena and The Rock have had this long going feud with each other. Kind of sparked heights during the once in a lifetime match that became a twice in a lifetime match. The two have always had this feud going, but are now aligned. I was listening to Wrestle Talk earlier, and Ollie Davis uh, calls them the two-man Hollywood power trip. So funny. But there's a lot of ways this goes. You know, there has been many comparisons to Hulk Hogan and his heel turn when no one thought he would ever turn heel, and that sparked one of the biggest revolutions in wrestling history, the NWO. Um, it kicked off an entire era, really. I mean, I wouldn't say kicked it off, but it really ignited the era we were in, which was already big. Where wrestling was just amazing and hit a new high. It was so crazy back then. Being a wrestling fan back then, almost amazing as being a wrestling fan right now. There's no reason that this can't happen for John and The Rock. I mean, maybe this heel turn ignites a massive spark of interest, really changes the game like the NWO did. Uh, when wrestling is literally at a peak that's way higher than it was for the Monday Night Wars and the NWO, this could bring even more attention to the product out of intrigue. Like, what is Cena gonna do? Cena's a bad guy. We gotta see this. This could also fall bad because of the fans who were just kids when they grew up, cheering for the one who rises above hate and never gives up, just to have their hero now end up like the bad guy in the situation. Um, my opinion on this whole thing is, I mean, it really could be something good. I mean, if the story is told right and there's a lot of intrigue around it and a lot of good working, um, that it could spark a lot and it could be a really amazing run for John Cena. But if you do it wrong, then John Cena's retirement run is totally in the can. Uh, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we have to wonder at this point if the fans are even going to kind of accept this. Like, they could be mad about it. I mean, what if he gets like Dominic Mysterio heat when he comes to the ring and the people won't even let him talk? You know what I mean? What you don't want this to get either too immersive as him as a bad guy, because I feel like they are already projecting that he is going to be he's going to do another turn and become a babyface again sometime soon with all the you know uh word maneuvering they do on the sites, and him saying even when you don't want to in his tweet, and WWE specifically saying seemingly sides with the Rock. I mean, there's still too much up in the air to really tell anything. And of course, John and The Rock were not at Raw tonight, although we've got some major amazing news from tonight's Raw. Um, or John could, you know, as much as he shocked us with the turn, could really make this a shocking run and just like dominate and control things until he'll eventually, I guess, have to turn on The Rock somewhere down the line. Which I mean isn't a bad story. It could work in. Once again, it just really depends on where this goes. I feel like there's a thin line here with what's gonna work and with what's not gonna work. Hopefully we get the best of it. Hopefully we get everything that we need to get. Hopefully we get what we want to get. I've heard rumors around that it might actually end up being a triple threat at at WrestleMania with. Oh, never mind. That's not for a Cena match. Whoops. My bad. Ugh. My bad, guys. I didn't mean that. So it's pretty late where I am here in Florida after Raw goes off air. It's pretty late, and it's the only chance I really had to make a video today. I'm gonna try to get to tomorrow's video out a little bit earlier. We should have AK Havoc joining us tomorrow for our Yay Boo review of tonight's Monday Night Raw, which, like I said, there's some amazing news and some spoilers if you guys haven't seen it yet. I know it only just aired. But Io Sky wins the Women's World Championship belt. What a match, too. And kind of out of nowhere. I didn't know that it was going to happen. I thought it could happen, man, but it happened, and man, amazing. I love Io Sky personally. I named my dogs. My dog's name is Diva, but when Diva had puppies, we kind of had them adopted, and we were left with two in the beginning, and I named them Kyrie and Io. So I really like Io. I'm really stoked to see that she's a champion again. I don't think it was the time to take it from Rhea, but apparently there's stuff going on. You can't have Rhea lose to Bianca, so you give Io it to take to WrestleMania where she loses to Bianca, and it sets up a feud with Jade because of all the stuff with Jade that we still don't really know about yet. We're still waiting for the story for that. I'm hoping that we'll get it on SmackDown this week. But join us tomorrow for when we review tonight's episode in a Yay Boo review, and I'm gonna be with Havoc. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm not really sounding so great today. I'm sure I'll sound better tomorrow. Once again, before we go, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Capco Championship Belts, CapcoInternational.com, and of course, his Facebook and his email will be on the very next screen, written out. Make sure you like the video. Go subscribe to the page. Click that notification bell in order to get notified every time that we put up a new video like this one or like the live streams, whatever we're doing. Thanks for hanging out with me, Vince C. Punk, on VK Punk Wrestling. We the ones. Woo! We the ones for wrestling content.